英语听力训练也是一种修行。接下来的练习，你只可以看到单词和短句的提示，你必须用自己的耳朵听明白整段话的意思。如果没有听懂，你可以反复多听几遍。下面我们开始吧。
Now, they've been found in homes, food and drinking water and have been linked to serious harms such as cancer and infertility. A group of chemicals known as PFAS, also referred to as forever chemicals, are in many of our family household items.
Teflon Silverstone, the tough non-stick surface with a heart of stone.
Their discovery 60 years ago led to a revolutionary new product, Teflon, used to make non-stick pans. But these days, PFAS, or forever chemicals, are not just found in kitchenware. They're used to make things durable, waterproof and greaseproof, and can be found in clothes and electronics, medical equipment and solar panels. Despite most being legal, once they make it into the human body, the chemicals can stay for a long time and have been linked to serious health consequences.
For example, some PFAS have been linked to thyroid problems, which affects our hormonal system. Some have been linked to kidney and liver cancer. And some PFAS have also been shown to affect our fertility.
These chemicals can make their way into our food and drink. They've been found in fish, fruit, and tap water.
Good afternoon, Catherine.
I decided to take a test to find out if I've been affected by forever chemicals. Having recently had 2 children, I wanted to know if they may have been affected too.
You're doing brilliantly. There we go. We've checked your PFAS levels in your blood and in your urine. So have we found PFAS? Yes. The safe level would be less than 2 nanograms per milliliter.
Okay.
Your level is 9.8 nanograms per milliliter. Okay, so we definitely do find PFAS there. So what we need to add
And
to...
it's so much higher than I expected. But it also makes me worry that I have passed on a lot to my kids.
You will have passed on, for sure.
To try to lower my levels, I'm advised to limit my exposure to products that may contain forever chemicals, like hair colouring and makeup. I'm told eating more fibre can also help.
You will be able to reduce that over the next 2-3 years with a strategy.
这里打断一下，想咨询大家的意见，你们是更喜欢听新闻类的英语，或者是纪录片类型的英语，又或者是其他形式的英文内容？麻烦您在评论区留言告知，这样我在做视频时可以更加有选择性和方向性。做视频不容易，麻烦大家多多支持，点赞、关注、订阅、加分享。好，下面我们继续听力训练。
Morning, Nick. Great to see you as always. So let's talk about the results of this survey. Clearly, people really concerned about their grocery bills. Is this a higher stress point than housing?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the highest stress point when we look at the national numbers. In the CTV News Nano survey, when we asked Canadians about their main financial concern going into 2026, groceries was at the very top of the list, ahead of everything else by a country mile at around 43%. Then there was a tie for second place, Marcia, between personal debt and housing costs at around 17%, followed by job security. And here's a little tidbit. 8% of Canadians say, hey, I'm not worried about anything. I have no financial woes. So congratulations if you are in that group, but it is a small number of Canadians who have no worries going into 2026.
8%. Huh, okay. Let's break it down by region, because some areas of the country are feeling it more than others.
Absolutely. If we look at regions like the prairies in Atlantic Canada, they're more likely to report that they're concerned about groceries. Ontario, interestingly, is comparatively more likely to talk about housing and cite that compared to other parts of the country, although groceries is still the top worry on that front. So groceries over-indexing in Atlantic Canada and the prairies, and in Ontario a little lower, but Ontarians more focused on housing.
In Berkshire, Pam and Paul Kavanagh are preparing for the birth of their first baby. They're keen to minimise its exposure to PFAS. They've invited Dr. Federica Amati,
Hi, nice to meet you.
who studied how babies and children can be affected to their home to spot possible risks.
These pans have magical non-stick properties.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is evidence to suggest that the PFAS chemicals can leach to the food that's being cooked in them. When the non-stick layer is damaged, more of those PFAS chemicals leach into your food. If they are,
She recommends throwing away scratched pans or using stainless steel, and there's more advice.
when we drink tap water, we are, depending on where you live, at varying levels of exposure to PFAS. And one of the ways to reduce that is actually just to buy a water filter.
The European Commission is currently consulting on a blanket ban of forever chemicals. The UK government says it's working with regulators to inform its approach to policy and regulation. The Chemical Industries Association says regulators and industry need to work together in setting transition periods for bringing alternatives to market.
And Nick, when you looked into personal debt, is there a group that is most concerned about this?
Well, more concerned young people. Actually, the interesting thing, Marcia, about this is like young people are like almost equally worried about everything. 28% about groceries, 25% housing, personal debt, 23%, much higher than the national average. The other thing, and this is the real kicker, younger Canadians, those people that are under 35 years of age, are twice as likely to be worried about their job security in 2026. It speaks to the stress that young people are under. And you know what? For middle-aged and older people, it's more likely to be groceries. For young people, Marcia, it's like they're worried about everything, including their job security.
Everything, wow. Nick, do you see this level of financial concern continuing as we head into 2026?
Yeah, I think the fact of the matter is with uncertainty in terms of Canada's relationship with the United States, with people worried about the economy, heading into the holiday season, I don't think people are going to be too enthusiastic. They're going to be wondering about just paying for food and for basics. And for young people, they're going to be worried about their jobs. So until there's more certainty in the Canada-US relationship, I would expect that this anxiety about the financial concerns and commitments that Canadians have is probably going to continue.
有听明白的朋友可以反复多听几遍。如果有需要这一段英文文字的内容，可以在评论区留言。在点点滴滴中提升自己的英文听力，英语听力练习是一场修行。那么今天视频的内容就到这里了，我们下期见。